Lucy Nicandri,
That's me.
welcome to the show. Now, this is your second time on the show.
It is, Kurt.
Because you were here once before, and we're going to talk about a couple things. The first thing we're going to talk about is ROCKTOBERFEST.
Yeah.
ROCKTOBERFEST is something that you're spearheading. Why don't we tell a little bit people about ROCKTOBERFEST and how it started?
Okay, well, actually, iHeartMedia had reached out to us. They were in conversation with Benderson Development and the UTC Shopping District. And last year they said, hey, we want to do a trolley pub crawl called ROCKTOBERFEST, but we need a charity. Would you partner with us? We did. I said, well, what do you need me to do? And they said, all we need you to do is line up the bands, and the donations from that evening will go to the charity.
Wow.
So it was a great partnership last year. And of course, we were between hurricanes, if you remember.
Yes.
So we pivoted and we actually skewed the money and allocated the money to go for hurricane relief among the agencies that we support through Suncoast Charities for Children, which was great. Initially, it was going to go for programs and services, but when the hurricane hit, there were a number of needs that were immediate needs. So we pivoted. The agencies got some very much needed funding. And this year, we're excited to be doing it all over again.
So ROCKTOBERFEST, 7 bands, 7 venues, 1 epic night. We're talking about the University Town Center, which, by the way, the moat just opened up.
Oh, yeah.
My sister went today for like a behind the scenes VIP tour.
What'd she think?
She said it's amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing from the outside. Yeah, I can't wait to go.
But let's talk about some of the places there. So the green is kind of like the main center there in the middle.
That's where you want to go. That's where you want to start, actually. Okay. Yep.
Ford's Garage, which probably makes the best hamburger around, right?
Yes,
and
they do.
The food's there insane.
It's awesome.
You and I had lunch there not too long ago.
Yes.
Pop Stroke is where Jacked Up's going to be. That's interesting. I went to check it out. And what that is, it's a golf-themed restaurant with the ability to play golf. You know, like there's a little green there with a sand trap. So you could actually have beers and wings and burgers and fries and go and play golf. Florence and the Spice Boys, which is one of my sister's favorite place.
Okay. Just opened.
That's going to be the Naughty Girl Band, those are the really good friends of mine.
Okay.
Anna Marie Oyster Bar is the Phil Harmonica Band. Oak and Stone are the Blasters SRQ. That's Siesta Key Lee's band. And then Rearview Mirror, another great up-and-coming band at Origin. So explain how people can go from one place to the next.
Well, the best thing to do is make your way to the green. I know Downside Up is performing there, and that's where you'll check in at the iHeartMedia tent. They'll give you a trolley pass. It's free anyways, but you'll get your authorized pass there. You can hop on the trolleys. They're going to be going around all night to all locations. So if you don't happen to make it to the green, you can always start at one of the other locations and watch for the trolley that's going to be going around. There's actually going to be 2 trolleys all night long between 6 and 9 p.m.
So it's gonna. I can actually see it in my mind. So the green, then Ford's Garage, south, right? Then it's gonna come around and go to Pop Stroke. Then it's gonna come back around. So it's gonna make that big loop.
Make a big loop, all in the UTC Shopping District.
Now, at each location, people have the ability to donate. How's that going to be set up there?
So we are going to have donation boxes set up by each of the bands with also a QR code that you can scan. So if you don't want to drop any money or a check in that night, you can scan and make a donation online. But we highly encourage it because that's how the charity is going to benefit from the evening, because it is a free event. So we encourage people to come on out. I always say, drop something in that donation jar, and then what we will do is we are going to allocate that money to 7 local agencies that offer programs and services to children, teens, and adults with special needs.
So let's get a little bit more into that. So you're the director of the Suncoast Charities for Children.
Yes.
Okay. You've been 25 years experience within the field of nonprofit management and special event planning. You have an ability to seek out and build mutually beneficial relationships with donors, sponsors, key stakeholders, volunteers, and government officials, which is a key asset of yours. You have exceptional organizational communication skills, which I can attest to myself. You're performance-driven. You're a leader. You're very well known. You're very well liked in this area.
And
you've been doing a wonderful, wonderful job for all these years.
Thank you, Kurt.
This is just one of the things you do. It's the second year. For all of our listeners, these bands, I can vouch for them. They're excellent. Jacked Up, we have something special planned. My band for Pop Stroke.
Wonderful.
So that's going to be great.
Yeah.
The next thing I want to talk about is another huge event that was just announced recently.
Mhm.
Thunder by the Bay.
Yeah, that's
Tell us
our
about, tell us about that.
biggest. That is our biggest fundraiser. We do about 20 events now throughout the year, but Thunder by the Bay is clearly our biggest fundraiser. It's 3 days. It's going to be at the Sarasota Fairgrounds, February 13th through the 15th. I'm excited because this year we've got 3 great headline acts that are performing. Night Ranger on Friday night, 38 Special. We're part of their 50th anniversary tour. And I want to mention, I wrote down that last week they were in the top 10 of rock albums that were just released. And then they are also 25th overall in the whole country with a new album called Milestone. I had to remember that name.
So 50
So-
years
50-year anniversary. So
of
that's huge.
38 Special.
Yeah,
Which is huge.
which is huge.
38 Special to me is one of the greatest rock and roll bands.
Yeah.
You could say it's Southern rock.
Mhm.
You could say it's classic rock. I just call it rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this new album, I haven't heard it yet, but I'm going to download it.
Yeah. I listened to it just over the weekend. You're going to love it.
So it's rare that a band at 50 years would still have new material. That's amazing.
Well, I got to credit Don Barnes. They performed here 3 years ago, and he gave me a little hint that they were going to be working on this. And they collaborated with a lot of artists from Train, the group Train. One of their artists collaborated with them and many others to make this new album. So people that come out to Thunder this year are going to hear the classics, but they're also going to hear some new songs that I think you're really going to enjoy.
How many people do you anticipate? We talking 5,000, 8,000, 10,000?
Our average attendance, pray the weather is good, is about 15 to 20,000 people.
Wow.
And then on Sunday, I want to mention Montgomery Gentry. Eddie Montgomery is going to be performing. That's going to be Country Sunday. And we've got a lot of great support acts. Bobby Friss is going to be performing this year. Maiden Kane, Given to Fly, which is a Pearl Jam
That's right.
tribute, and Crossfire Creek on Sunday,
Some great
opening up for
lineups, man.
Montgomery
Great
Gentry.
bands.
So some great local bands, regional bands, and then the headliners.
What's going to be different this year from a viewing perspective?
Well, our stage is going to be much bigger this year. And we're going to actually tier our seating. So we have premium VIP tickets, which means you can get right up front anytime throughout the day to watch the bands. Behind that, we're going to have what we call a party pit, where our VIP guests, and if you just want to buy a party pit pass, what that means for $50, you can bring a chair or rent one there, put it in the general admission area. But if you want to walk up closer to the stage, that's a designated area that you pay a premium for.
Nice. So you get a better vantage point.
Better vantage point. All of our VIP tickets include 3 complimentary drinks and a meal in the VIP tent. We are adding a car show this year on Sunday, along with the bike show. On Saturday, we've got a charity ride, which is going to involve cars and motorcycles. It's going to be called a Ride So Children Can Thrive Dice Run.
Like it.
And it's going to go through Mayaca State Park.
Okay.
And it's going to stop at the Haven, which is one of
Wow.
the 7
Sure, I
agencies
know
that
the
we
Haven.
provide funding to. So
So-
people will get a scenic view, but they'll also be able to see where some of the money is going to be going.
So this is a 3-day event. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the calendar dates again?
February 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Okay.
of
So
February.
13, 14, and 15. So
Sarasota
it's basically
Fairgrounds.
roughly the same time every year.
Roughly the
Because
same
usually
time.
Valentine's Day, you have something going on.
Yeah, it's usually President's Day weekend. However, for the following year, we want people to pay attention because Super Bowl is moving to that same weekend.
Come on.
No, so
They're making it later?
they're making it on President's Day weekend. So we're probably going to be the week after that, and Bike Week's changing. So
How dare the NFL? mess
I'm
up
telling you,
Valentine's Day?
but we're going to make it work. But it's always going to be in February, and there's on-site camping too, which makes it nice. You don't have to go anywhere. You can pull your camper in and camp right there at the fairgrounds.
So let's talk about 2 things.
Yeah.
The price points and then how people can purchase tickets.
Okay, so price points start at $15 general admission. And as of January 1st, general admission tickets are going up to $20, and it's going to be $20 at the gate
Okay,
too.
so just to stop for a second, if they
Mhm.
buy it now
Mhm.
online,
Online, $15.
$15, and if
Mhm.
they wait, it's 20.
Right.
So that's $5 can get you a hot dog or something.
There you go. There you go. And then we're doing a Sunday Fun Day 4-pack. You can get 4 tickets for $40 to come in if you just want to come in on Sunday. So again, we're trying to put the pricing where there's something for everyone.
Well, Sunday's
Yeah.
country, and I think that sounds to me like a nice family day.
Yes, it's going to be a nice family day with the car show, the country music. The bike show will be going on. We've got a couple other surprises that we're working on. I can't exactly say right now what those are, but I can tell you who else is confirmed. Paul Tuttle from Junior from
Sure.
Paul Tuttle Designs.
Yep.
He was on Discovery Channel's American Chopper. He's coming in as a special guest on Saturday and Sunday to sign autographs, so you can meet Paul and see one of his classic bikes that he's built, one of his customs. So, yeah, we got some surprises and some exciting things happening.
I highly recommend that people purchase, if they can afford it, the VIP
Yeah.
package, and I'll tell you why. Because it's truly worth every penny, right? You're going to get drinks. You're going to get the great meal. I think you have Sonny's.
Sonny's is catering the whole weekend.
Right.
Yeah, we want to give a shout out to them.
And then you have private bathrooms.
Yes,
and these are the nice bathrooms.
They're
that clean, air
we try to make them all nice.
It's so funny because
these are the super nice bathrooms.
But my sisters are always like, they're always concerned about going to events. They're like, how's the bathroom? Is it clean? I'm like, yeah, man. These are the cleanest bathrooms you could possibly put in. Am I right?
Yes, they are.
So, and they're air conditioned too.
They're air conditioned. Absolutely. You'd be surprised how important those restrooms are to some people.
No, there's no doubt. That's why I'm saying it. But the food is good.
Food's good. There's lots of vendors.
You have accessible to get drinks. Like there's a bar everywhere, it seems like.
Yes.
There'll be plenty of places to get drinks.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I met with Gold Coast Eagle this morning, as a matter of fact.
Did you meet with Hugh?
I did meet with Hugh.
He's a great man.
Hugh was awesome, and he had his whole team there. We're actually going to have several bars, but one out by where the general admission seating is going to be too. So you haven't got to walk too far if you get thirsty.
Yeah. I tell people to bring comfortable shoes for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because you'll do some walking.
Yeah.
But you know what's really cool, man? You have the ability, like if you're a camper, you can go in the back there and set up your camping stuff. That'd be cool, right? Then you can sleep there. Like you don't have to go home.
Yeah. You just walk out of your camper and come into the festival. Yeah. And they have full hookups. So no matter if your camper's big or you have a bus, bring it on, bring it in.
So let's remind our listeners where this money's going, because we can talk about parties and rock and roll and drinking, but you know what? The bottom line here is that you're bringing in a lot of revenue for some services that are very well needed here. Well,
and our theme this year is Ride In, Rock Out, Give Back. So again, some of the programs and services that receive the funding are going to be therapy services for children, teens and adults with special needs. And that's very important because there's a shortage of funding right now, and the rising costs of healthcare insurance, parents can't afford to keep their children in therapy. That's very important. Early childhood education, independent living skills. A lot of adults now with special needs are outliving their parents, or their parents have passed on, and they need to be able to live independently or have a group home where they can live safely. So that's a big focus, as well as we have an aging population that are special needs. And sometimes people don't want to think about that. Respite care for caregivers and parents. A lot of people don't think about that either. It gives an opportunity for that parent or caregiver to be able to have their child have some care for a day or two, just to give them a break, because it is, it is a lot on them. So go to suncoastcharitiesforchildren.org. You can see all the different programs, all the different agencies that will benefit. And then for tickets, go to thunderbythebay.org. And the Thunder website will link you to the charity, so you can check it out too.
So people go on right now and purchase tickets?
Right now.
Okay.
Yep. Thunderbythebay.org.
And then, will tickets also be available the day of the show?
Oh, yeah.
If they have to.
Yeah. The only tickets that will not are the VIP tickets.
Okay.
So if you want VIP tickets, those will not be available at the gate. But all your other tickets, your general admission and your party pit passes will be.
So last year, if I remember right, Friday night, there's a special kickoff party.
Well, we changed that. That's one of the other new changes. What we wanted to do is now we're just making it straight VIP tickets for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And why we did that was really for our sponsors, because without our sponsors, we could not put this event on. So now they're going to get 3 straight days of being able to access.
Speaking of sponsors, let's go ahead and list some of those names.
Well, our presenting sponsor right now, we have 3 of them, Sarasota Ford, Top Tier Towing, and Precision Garage Door Services. So we want to thank all 3 of them for being our presenting sponsors.
So, those are your anchors, right?
Those are our biggest sponsors right now. Gold Coast Eagle, Sonny's Barbecue, our major sponsors. And we've got a lot more sponsors coming on board here in the next 30 to 60 days. So.
Is it safe to say it's one of the biggest events in all of Sarasota County every year?
I like to think that. Yeah.
Right?
It's, you know what? It's iconic too, because not a lot of festivals, Kurt, last 28 years. We're celebrating 28 years. And that was one of the reasons why we wanted to do these changes, is because you got to change things up. So yeah, we're going to do a charity ride. We're putting it on Saturday morning. They're going to end at the festival. We're adding the car show. And we really put a lot of funding behind bringing in national acts all 3 days.
I think the location is perfect.
I do too.
What do you say to some of the bikers? What do you say to some of the people that say, well, we kind of miss it when it was downtown. How do you answer that?
And I understand where they're coming from. But in reality, we outgrew downtown. And I don't want to knock where we had our first beginnings, which was downtown, but there was not a lot of opportunity to make money for the charity, which is what this event is
Exactly.
about when
Exactly.
it was downtown. We had a few businesses that supported us, but we also got a lot of pushback. And I don't mind saying that on air and publicly, we did. So out of something that I thought was bad and I kind of took personally, when all that was happening, turned out to be something better. We're in a location now where we can grow and
Oh
expand.
my gosh.
And we'll never forget our humble beginnings, which was downtown. But the return on investment for what the charity is having to go out and raise to bring these level of acts in that you can see for $15. I mean,
That's amazing.
There's nowhere you're going to go see 38 Special for $15.
And there's plenty
or any of the other bands.
There's
So
plenty of parking.
there
too,
is
which
plenty of
fantastic.
parking. The
Motorcycles,
vendors
cars.
love it. They have a couple days to set up if they need to.
Now, for
So
people that don't know, Robards Arena and the fairgrounds, it's on Fruitville Road.
yes.
So it's very, very accessible from
Yep.
both 75
Yep.
as well as 41.
Yes.
You can, whether you're going north or
Mhm.
south, you can get off there and get there no problem.
Yep.
And then just to one more time, 38 Special,
Mhm.
right?
Night Ranger,
One of
yeah.
the greatest bands around. You're going to see them perform for only $15, which is
know.
pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Night Ranger,
Night Ranger. Mhm.
Sister Christian, right? Don't
Yeah.
tell me you love me.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of radio hits that they do.
Yeah. And what's interesting, I didn't realize, well, I knew it, but I guess I didn't realize it when I was booking them that the drummer sings Sister Christian,
That's right.
which was kind of unique.
I saw
thought.
them a couple years ago play up in Clearwater, and I was amazed at how good they still sound. Like,
Oh, they do.
like they sounded to me like
Mhm.
they would just like in the MTV videos, man. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
one of the guitar
Yeah.
players, his name was Jack. I forgot his last name, but he's amazing. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
almost like he invented that kind of sound. You know,
Yeah. And well, we changed the name of the event too to Thunder by the Bay Music and Motors Festival. And we did that to hopefully encourage people to come out because a lot of people thought if I didn't ride a motorcycle or I wasn't into motorcycling, this isn't for me. Well, it is because now we're featuring everything motors and everything music, which is really how we want to brand the festival moving forward. So you're going to see.
What is it? Can
everything,
people
yeah.
just donate? If people don't want to go to the concert or
Uh-huh.
buy tickets, they can still donate.
Oh, absolutely.
So they can go to the website and do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a
Thunderbythebay.org.
there's a
There's a
place for that?
donate. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're going to have an online auction too. So
Tell
if
us
you can't
about
make
that.
it out.
What's going to be in
So,
that?
well, we're gathering items right now, but some of what we'll have is similar to last year. We'll have autographed guitars by all of the artists that are performing, all the headline acts, some vacation packages, restaurant dine-out packages. The beauty of it is we go live with this auction. We're going to go live January 30th, and it's going to run through the festival, through the Tuesday after the festival. So you could sit in the comfort of your home and be on your phone
you know
bidding
what's
away.
cool about that? So I can
Yeah.
tell the viewers this.
Yeah.
The way it's set up on your phone is that you can have it set up so if you bid on something,
Yeah.
your phone will chime and tell you if, like, oh, okay, you got to raise your money because someone else just outbid you. So
Yeah.
you can play a game
Uh-huh.
and you can kind of track it and you can see where you're going, like with
Yeah.
that particular item,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Because
yeah.
there were things that I lost out on. I was upset. I was like, damn it. But then you realize it's going for charity. So
I know.
God bless, right? It keeps going up in price.
Yeah, and it's a good way to have some competition there with the bidding and gets
Right.
the bids.
But there's always a
up,
lot of
so.
good guitars there. I think Jacked Up
Yes.
did a guitar last year.
Yes, thank you for that,
some of the
Kurt.
bands signed things,
sports
right?
packages to the Bucks, to the Lightning.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we've got we have some kids packages for attractions in Orlando. We try to again mix it up, something for everyone.
So as we close, anyone you
Mhm.
want to say hello to or shout outs? Lisa Bear, perhaps maybe one of them?
I would love to say hello to Lisa Bear and shout out and tell
Is
her
she not your
thank
right-hand
you.
lady? I mean,
She
come on.
is.
She's amazing.
She's been with me. Lisa's been with me now 6 years, and we laugh about it because when I first hired Lisa, she had 1 week to get ready for Thunder by the Bay. Now, if that's not trial by fire, I don't know what is, because it was in January at the time.
She's so pleasant when you call her. She's like she has such
She's
a
awesome.
friendly voice and a pleasant disposition. Like she's such a pleasure to talk to.
Yeah, she is. She is probably one of the most valued people I've ever worked with.
Maybe one day you'll pass the baton to her.
I would like to pass the
You never
baton
know,
to
right?
her. I certainly would love that. She is certainly capable, and I couldn't do what I do without Lisa. And we're just a good team. We work well. We work in sync, and we work well together.
Tell our viewers again how many years you've been doing Thunder.
This will be the 28th year.
28 years of Thunder.
28
And
years
you
of
told
Thunder.
me one time that Thunder was nothing more than a cocktail napkin Where you were just writing
cocktail
down
napkin at the
some
Silver
ideas.
Cricket downtown. I'll
That
never
you were
forget
You
it.
just wrote some ideas down.
Yeah, because at the time, I had a motorcycle and I was going to Bike Week. I was going out to Sturgis and I'd see all these towns popping up with bike fests. I'm like, so a friend of mine came to me. He had a business in town, New York here. I'll never forget it. Alan Del Sandro. He said, I want to do Poker Run. I said, all right, let's do Poker Run. We did a Poker Run and that's where Thunder kind of got started. And then we changed the name to Thunder by the Bay. And it's just been growing and morphing into this leaps and bounds. But it was a vision that I had. And it's just rewarding to me, not only to see where the money's going, but how much it's grown over the years and how much, like as we talked earlier, it's survived challenges through the years. Moving out of downtown, we had to move to Lakewood Ranch for 1 year. Then we found the home at the fairgrounds. We survived the COVID years. We survived the hurricanes last year. I mean, we've had some challenging years, and that's really where I really want to acknowledge the sponsors, the volunteers, because without all that lining up and coming together, we couldn't do the festival.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, Lucy. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Kurt.
Real quickly, tell us the website again.
thunderbythebay.org.
And they can buy tickets there.
Buy tickets. And don't wait. They go up January 1st. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, Lucy. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Thank you, Kurt.
Bye-bye.